Well, you do remember when they showed that the immigrants were marching on Selma, and we said, okay, what is that about, right? And we've seen the Democrat Party all a part of it. All right, cool. That's that. Now you have Representative Pramilla Jayapal. She's going to speak about the immigrants as well and prosecutions and all of this. But this video has a lot of Black Americans extremely offended at what this woman's even suggesting should go to immigrants in this country who were breaking the law, violating immigration law. Y'all check this out.
We also need offensive actions around prosecutions. We need real accountability because at the end of the day, the people that have been inflicting this harm need to be prosecuted. They need to be brought before us and they need to be held account for the trauma that they have created. And we are going to have some form of reparation.
Ladies and gentlemen, that last part where she said that we got to have some form of reparations. Okay, for the immigrants. All right. So this is what the Democrats are suggesting now, Black voters, that you come in this country, you overstay visas, you come in this country, your TPS expired, you just snuck in the country, right? You didn't have none of those programs. Your green card expired and you're still in the country and they told you need to leave America. And then they catch up to you and say, hey, you don't have a legal right to be here, so we're going to detain you and deport you out of the United States of America. What the Democrat Party is saying is that, well, because of that enforcement on these people, we need to give them reparation cash. We need cash money, right? Cash money to the people. Notice she didn't say we need to do a study. Notice she didn't say a study. Notice she didn't say we need to have meetings and all of this. No. She's mentioning prosecutions and she's mentioning money. Now, Black America, just hearing that, and she's a ranking member, as you can clearly see, hearing that, you should be greatly, greatly offended. Okay. And listen, I told you, we did the interview even with Claude, right? And even Claude told you as well, or some people said Claudette told you as well, is that they do not want to give reparations to Black Americans because it's going to disrupt the power structure. Giving money to immigrants does not disrupt the power structure, but giving it to us disrupt their power structure. Now, the Democrats have proven, even after they lost horribly in 2024, they're still on this immigration kick. And Democrats, let me tell you something. We don't have to go vote in mass for Republicans for you to lose. All we got to do is sit it out. Or we can vote a third party. We can do any of those three, vote Republican, vote third party, or sit it out, and you lose. Because you cannot win without the Black vote. Maybe in certain areas you can, but when it comes to the presidency, you cannot become the president without the Black vote. It's just bottom line. And Democrats, let me tell you something. You keep talking like that, I promise you, you will lose that election. You will lose. Because one thing about us as Black Americans, we're not playing with y'all no more. See, the civil rights generation, they're not in the picture like they used to be. Okay? They're not a big voter base for you because a lot of them went on to the next life. You got to deal with us now. You got to deal with Gen Xers like myself. You got to deal with millennials. You definitely got to deal with Gen Z as well. And I will say this about Gen Z. They really don't have nothing to lose because y'all didn't give them nothing to aspire to. They can't afford can't even move out their mama house, a lot of them. They can't afford to even buy a home. Do you know the average car payment in America right now is $800 a month? Y'all have ruined those young kids' opportunities. So they really don't have nothing to lose toward any of you. You Democrats are the worst. And this is why people don't want to vote for you in the Black community. We not playing with y'all. We are not playing. You keep talking this way. Now you throw it on her if that's one thing. But if y'all keep repeating what she just said, I promise you the Republicans will win in the midterms because we will sit it out. We will not participate in any of that. Because listen, let me tell you something. The Republicans don't want no reparations for us either. But you know what? The Republicans say no to everybody. You saying no to black folk and let's give the immigrants money. I'd rather take the Republican all day long saying no to everybody than you. Because at least we all don't got it at that point. But I want black America, especially black voters, to listen what's coming from that Democrat Party. They still on that immigration kick. So it tells me that if you get back in office, you're going to do the same thing you did before. You're going to open that border wide open and let everybody and their mama flood through here. And we know good and well when that happens, that does not benefit black America. That benefit you politicians because you're getting paid under the table by these corporations that want cheap labor. You displace black America. Let me tell you something. Y'all, what the Democrat Party wants, they want black people to be Los Angeles, California. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. The Democrat Party systemically removed black people out of Southern California, South Central. District 9 was 81% black, okay, at one point in time. Now it's only 13% black, and it's like 72, 74% Hispanic. The Democrat Party, this is what happens. Listen, if you want to know how black people's life would be with just straight Democrat rule, Democrat supermajority, look to California. Go ask our brothers and sisters in California why they're leaving California, why they're coming back to their ancestral homeland, the South, why they're coming back to the South. Ask them. Ask them how them Democrats have treated them. Not the Republicans don't control nothing in California. You can't put it on the mean Republicans, the racist Republicans. You can't put that on them in California. You can't. That's all Democrat, baby. Every bit of it is Democrat. And look at how our brothers and sisters a lot of them have left and went to Vegas. A lot of them had left and came down here to Houston. Some went to Dallas. Some went to Atlanta. Some, I've heard went to Charlotte. So they coming all over the place, right? Coming back to the South because of the way they've been treated in California. The Democrat Party has never had a good idea for us as black people. And you look at the American history, the Democrat Party was started by former Confederate soldiers. And they was against Reconstruction efforts. They was against the freedom of black people. And then they had in the 1960s, they went on ahead and went along with the Civil Rights Bill. And then black folks started jumping on there voting for them. But let's look at the Democrat Party today. They don't care about black people. And let me tell you something, Miss Jayapal. Let's talk about that. Okay. So if the immigrants should get some sort of considerations for reparations, okay, let me go there too. Black America needs to get reparations. Okay, throw slavery out. Throw it out. Let's leave that alone. Black Americans need to get reparations for the 1994 crime bill. Black Americans need to get reparations for mass incarceration. That has affected all modern black Americans. We ain't talking about slavery. We talking about that right there that happened in the 90s. That has literally affected black America. You want to know why your young men today are so feminized and sassy? Because they didn't have a daddy. You know why they didn't have a daddy a lot of times when it came to that? These younger ones today, their daddy was locked up. Why were they daddy locked up? Was he some super thug? No. He had a crack rock in his pocket. That's why his daddy got taken away. His daddy wasn't doing drive-bys and none of that. No, his daddy was addicted to a drug that they put in our community because we don't have no access to cocaine like that. We don't grow it and we don't ship it. But it was put in our community by this government. Because they did not like the gains of black America from the civil rights movement. So, Ms. Jayapal, why? Let's talk about those reparations then for mass incarceration. Let's talk about reparations for a black person would get more time for a rock of crack cocaine versus powder cocaine. Let's get reparations for that. If we're going to start talking about some reparations because of what the government has done and laws and all of that, let's start getting those reparations, because that has affected all of us as Black Americans, even in a modern time. Oh, but you're not going to talk about that, right? Because you come from an immigrant background too. And you wonder why a lot of Black Americans say they're not really too down, want to vote for immigrants no more, because we see when you get power, you're not for the Black people. And for sure, you other groups outside of Black is not for Black people. You're not. It is what it is. But Democrats, keep saying that. Go ahead and keep repeating what she just said. Keep promoting that. I promise you. You won't, if you win, you won't be by much. And a lot of you won't win like you think. Because one thing I'm telling you, I will stand against you every day, every night, if you're promoting that. And you know I have no problem staying on subject and staying on task. You're not going to sit up here and advocate for that. No. And I don't say nothing about it. Please. And it won't just be me. It's going to be all the brothers and sisters out here who got microphones that's going to be speaking against you. It's not just going to be me. And you know good and well, and we all Voltron up on the same message. We may not be all talking to each other like that, but we understand the same messaging. If we all Voltron up on one message, y'all are cooked. And you ought to know that by now. Don't be playing with Black people like that. Remember, even the term reparations, everybody's saying reparations now. That come from Black American Foundation of Black Americans. The term reparations and putting it on the forefront in the modern era came from us. Now everybody and their mama want to mention the term reparations now for everything. When you could have mentioned and joined with us when we was trying to talk about it, no, you were joining with the folks trying to ridicule us and saying we talking crazy, we radical and all this. Now everybody want to mention the word reparations now. That's getting on my nerves too. Why everybody want to talk about reparations? Why you wasn't talking about reparations in the beginning? Please. Now, and you Democrats up here trying to shame Black Americans for joining ICE. Listening to y'all, I hope more Black Americans go try to join ICE with Trump and get that bonus. I mean, if that's what y'all gonna be doing, how come Black Americans can't go join ICE? For what? What's wrong with it? It's a job. If they're willing to hire a Black American, it'd be smart if Trump actually go hire a bunch of Black Americans in that department. It'd be very smart. I'm just saying. But we're gonna definitely keep an eye and an ear to what the Democrats are saying. Because I want y'all to notice something too. They haven't offered nothing to Black people. Because see, what they're thinking is we don't need Black people no more. Because look what happened with James Tallarico here in Texas. See, Tallarico didn't talk to the Blacks. And look, he beat Jasmine. Yeah, that only works. They only work in a primary. That won't work in a general election. And y'all starting to figure that part out. That won't work. The Republicans going to run all over y'all. And once again, Black folks don't have to go out in mass and vote for Republican. Black folks can just sit it out and Republicans will win every single time. There's no election that Democrats have won without Black people. If Black people say, to hell with y'all, we sitting it out, you have Republican rule. And trust me, listen, I'm in Texas. This state had been ran by Republicans for a very long time. I do very well here in Texas. I don't have an issue or a problem with the Republicans. I just don't. Do I like some things they're doing? No. But as a Black person, it don't matter if you're Democrat or Republican, it's white supremacy, so it don't matter. So you can't threaten, especially a Black person like me or other Black people in Texas. You have the most Black people in the country in Texas. You can't threaten all of us saying, oh, the Republicans gonna get you. Well, we've been living underneath them. So you can't use the Republicans gonna get you thing. Greg Abbott gonna get you. Well, he would have got me already, and he hasn't. So that definitely don't scare us Texans. For sure. But Democrats, go ahead on, push that message. Go ahead on and say you want some legislation to give reparations to illegal immigrants because they violated the law. Okay, you're gonna lose, and you'll lose in 2028 as well. Keep playing. I'm telling the Democrats, keep playing. Keep even mentioning immigration like that. Keep talking about it. You're gonna lose. Because that's what made you lose really in 2024 is that unchecked immigration. It's not that Trump was just so much better. It's that he took a hardcore stance about the border, and a lot of black people agreed with that. Because a lot of black people are suffering underneath y'all rule with just allowing them to flood the cities and take resources from black America. Look at Chicago right now. Chicago's in debt. Chicago wasn't in debt before any of that. Well, it's Greg Abbott's fault. No, it was Biden's fault. Biden set up here and opened up the floodgates. Greg Abbott said, this is not a sanctuary city or state, so I'm going to start sending them to sanctuary cities and states. And what happened in Chicago? Brandon Johnson refused to drop sanctuary city status. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to send them up there to y'all. You say you're sanctuary city, go up there. We're not sanctuary. And that's what happened. Brandon Johnson didn't want to drop that status, and he decided to keep going along with it. And then he want to call out Greg Abbott. No, call out yourself. The residents of Chicago voted for Brandon Johnson to be the mayor, not to be taking on other countries' problems. So here's the thing. If Democrats want to lose in 2026, keep talking like that. I promise you, you will lose. You may gain some seats in some areas, but it won't be like a blue wave like what you think, because we're not playing with y'all. You're not going to disrespect us. Them days of disrespect are over.